everybody, and welcome to the Rant. Oh, man. College football right now. It's kicking with chicken. It is. It's kicking chicken right now, baby. College football has gone... It's just a lot of things have been happening in the last week, a few hours, whatever. Like I said, it's kicking chicken in college football right now. Let's begin with the Big Ten. Big Ten Conference going on right now. Media Days going on right now. Matt Rule has spoke. I liked what he heard. Very professional and did everything the right way. No problem. So we'll just go on beyond that. I think Matt Rule pretty much did a great job. But what's been going on in the Big Ten? We all know about the Northwestern fiasco. Pat Fitzgerald got fired, allegedly hazing, and among other things. Northwestern said, no, can't have that. Mr. Fitzgerald, see you later. We'll pay your contract. Bye-bye. Then, University of Michigan, Jim Harbaugh. Now, this has been going on for the last couple of days. Apparently, Jim Harbaugh did a no-no. He lied to the NCAA. Yes, he did. He lied. And he is looking at, and I think he's going to get it eventually here. It's going to be a 4-game suspension. I think he already has it. No one said anything, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be handed down here eventually. He's going to get a 4-game suspension. And will that hurt Michigan? Probably not, but he can be on the sidelines during practices. During game time, he can't be near a Michigan game whatsoever. Can't have any contact with any coaches whatsoever on this 4-game suspension, which is probably going to be coming down here eventually. So Jim Harbaugh did a naughty. You lied to the NCAA. And some people think that he should get a little bit more harsher sentence. But I don't know. We'll figure out what the NCAA is going to do, but it looks like it's going to be the 4-game suspension. Going to Minnesota. Row the boat, row the boat. Yes, the boat has a hole in it. Apparently, old Coach PJ and some Minnesota ex-players says that Coach PJ wasn't really nice to them and hurt their feelings or something. There's just a bunch of allegations going on about that. Well, maybe you guys got butthurt a little bit, and now you said, oh, my feelings got hurt. And then what the hell are you doing in football then? That's all I want to know. But apparently there's some allegations going on about PJ and how he was treating his players wrongly, abusing them, verbally abusing them and other crap. I don't know what the other stuff is, but whatever the case may be, Minnesota has been kind of keeping it hush-hush a little bit. There has been no mention of it at the Big Ten Media Days, so I guess Minnesota kind of putting a lid on it. So that's enough there about the Big Ten. Now we're getting juicy. Now we're gonna get to some juicy stuff. Here we go. Pac-12, Big 12, Colorado. I knew this was coming eventually. And I thought it would probably next year down the road a piece. Colorado said, you know what? We're tired of the Pac-12. We're done. The money's not there. They look back to the Big 12, and the Big 12 says, come on back, Colorado. The reason why Colorado's coming back to the Big 12, and if you follow Big 12 football or whatever, you're going to know that Texas is leaving the Big 12, and that's why Colorado's coming back to the Big 12, because they couldn't stand how Texas ruined the Big 12. So that's a story in itself. But anyway, Colorado, it's not official yet, but they haven't dot the I's, cross the T's yet, but it looks like Colorado is coming back to the Big 12. Now, what's that going to do to the Pac-12? Well, I think the Pac-12 is on life support right now and barely hanging on. And I'll tell you why. Because you had 3 teams have left the Pac-12 so far. The 2 big teams, UCLA, USC. Gone. Big Ten. Recently, so the Big 12 was talking to Colorado and saying, hey, you know, it looks like the Pac-12 may be falling apart. Why don't you come on back to the Big 12? And yeah, they got Coach Prime Time. Okay, anyway. Colorado goes to the Big 12. Now, the Big 12 has also been looking at Arizona, Arizona State, and Utah. The Four Corners region of the Pac-12. Makes sense. You bring those teams in. Yes. Then if that happens sooner or later, or if another team jumps from the Pac-12 into another conference or two teams or whatever, I think the Pac-12, probably less than maybe 5 years, I'm being nice about that, will probably be dissolved. I think the Pac-12 is going to go, to tell you the honest truth. I don't think they can take another hit. I mean, when they lost to USC, UCLA, they're like, now they lost Colorado, and they're now going, And as everybody knows, and if you follow Big Ten football, the Big Ten, they've been watching Oregon and Washington. And so we'll know probably somewhere in the future what's going to go on there. But follow me on this, okay? Just follow me. Follow my logic here. If Arizona State and Arizona sees what Colorado's doing in Utah, sees what's going on with Colorado in the Big 12, when are they going to make the jump? That's the question. When are they going to make the jump? Maybe a year, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years possibly. I don't know. So, and it makes sense, like I said, because they're all in that Four Corners region. So it does make sense why the Big 12 is looking at them. Yeah, Arizona and Arizona State, their football programs, but Arizona has a wonderful basketball program, and that can help out the basketball program in the Big 12 because we all know there's Kansas. Enough said. So you get all this to go. Let's just say next year Arizona State jumps and Arizona, then maybe Utah. Let's say within a year, okay? The Big 12 is going to be really happy. The Pac-12, they're going to flatline. Now, if that happens, I think Oregon and Washington are really going to look hard at the Big Ten. Now, there's another team that the Big Ten's been kind of looking at also. It's kind of like the third team is Stanford. So we'll see how that pans out. But as right now, the Pac-12 is on life support. Let's face it, it is. And by Colorado leaving, that might be the final straw of the Pac-12. I don't know. Ooh, I haven't gotten to the ACC yet. Let's go to the ACC and the SEC. Kicking chicken, baby. Now, a lot of people have been speculating about this. A lot of people have been speculating about the ACC and the ACC. Of course, the SEC has been looking at probably the top 4, top 5 teams out of the ACC to jump over to the SEC. But the ACC is not as bad right now as the Pac-12. There's just a lot of talk going on down there. These teams in the ACC who want to jump to the SEC, they're mostly going to be the southern teams, like a Virginia, like a Clemson, like a Miami, like a Florida State. Those are the teams they're going to stay kind of, that's what the SEC wants to do. They want to stay in that general area. Hell, they may bring Duke over. Me and a friend of mine were talking about this. Duke, they kind of got kind of an okay football team, but look at their basketball program. If the SEC brings in North Carolina, we all know about North Carolina's basketball program, and Duke's basketball program, then you got Kentucky, then the SEC is going to have probably a little bit better basketball program. They can probably compete with the Big 12. and the Big Ten a little bit better. I'm just throwing that out there. But right now, as of right now, I think the ACC is okay right now. I don't, like I said, they're not as in bad a shape as the Pac-12. So there you go. But like I said, the SEC has been looking at the top 4 or 5 teams out of there. So who knows? Probably Duke also. Because let's face it, the SEC basketball, but like I said, you bring in Duke, North Carolina, they'll improve it. And now that brings me to Notre Dame. Oh, God. I didn't want to bring this up, but I think this should be brought up. And I'm starting to wonder, what's Notre Dame thinking about all this? What is Notre Dame thinking about all this? They're seeing all these teams move. You know what I'm saying? They see going like, okay, Colorado goes to the Big 12. The Pac-12 is kind of like, right now they're on life support. The ACC, their future's kind of shaky right now. How long? Okay, my question is to everyone. I never rehearse these, so bear with me. My question to you, how long can Notre Dame stay independent? Now, a friend of mine and I were talking about this. I say Notre Dame's not going to stay independent very long once they see all these teams moving around. Then they start seeing the money kind of flowing into the colleges and stuff. Yes, I know Notre Dame's a private Catholic school. Granted, but you need money to run these schools. Is the Notre Dame football program going to stay independent? I don't think so. Eventually, they're going to find a conference. Now, everybody knows that, yeah, Notre Dame kind of looked at the ACC. They kind of, during the COVID thing, they kind of went into the ACC for a year, kind of dabbled in there. But the big question is, if Notre Dame decides to join a conference, which conference would they join? Now, if I was Notre Dame, I'd stay away from the ACC, to tell you the honest truth. Because their future, like I said, is kind of on shaky ground. The SEC, no. Notre Dame would look like probably a high school football team in the SEC. I think the perfect fit for Notre Dame, the Big Ten, a lot of people know this, and a lot of people have been saying about this for many years. Why doesn't Notre Dame come to the Big Ten? It's a perfect fit. They're right there in Indiana. They're right there in Big Ten country. There you go. I give Notre Dame probably less than 5 years before they pull their heads out of their asses to join a conference. And I think if they do, and if they see how things are going in the Big Ten, I think they will join the Big Ten in less than 5 years. I'm just speculating. And that's all I got to say on kicking chicken college football. I don't even know what I'm going to title this. But anyway, like, share, subscribe if you've got a comment. My question is to you, and I will repeat it. When do you think Notre Dame is going to join a conference? Is it going to be the Big Ten? The ACC? The SEC? I'm not going to say the Big 12. You never know. But when do you think Notre Dame is going to pull their heads out of their asses? I don't know. So that's all I have to say. And remember, people, I am not a professional. I don't rehearse these. I'm just a fan with a big mouth. I am Drunk Farmer. Thank you for watching the rant. I will see you when I see you. If anything else comes up, believe me, I will be on to let you know my feelings about it. So long, everyone.